Und damit herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Runde von Fire Emblem Three Houses. Wir sind hier im Speicherbildschirm. Wir haben jetzt mal die Nebenmission von Hilda und Cyril gemacht. Und naja, jetzt geht's mit dem Monat weiter.
They aren't really trying to cross Fodlan's throat. I'm not saying they're not serious, but fights like this one aren't really invasions.
Und was sollte das dann?
They just start fights like this sometimes. It's so they can show off how strong they are. I think it's pretty dumb. I mean, people are getting killed. And why? So some guy can think he's tough? After every fight, they do a big feast and everybody eats and dances and there's music. It's supposed to honor the dead, but I figure they just like to make noise. I think they're all idiots, but if I'm real honest, it wasn't the worst way to live life.
Vermisst du deine Heimat?
Nah, I'm where I belong now, and I don't really like Almyra. If they want to show how tough they are, then they ought to look after kids who've lost their parents.
True.
Oh, I'm tired. Professor, Cyril, thanks for all your help.
You get a chance to see your brother?
I did, though I think I'd be better off otherwise. He was horribly ill, for one thing. He looked so pale and haggard. Apparently, he'd eaten a bad mushroom before the battle, and it made him horribly sick. What an idiot. Anyway, when I told him we'd handled the Almyran situation, he was just gushing with praise. I tried telling him that it wasn't all me, but he didn't even listen.
Naja, aber du freust dich doch über ein Lob vom Bruder, oder?
That did feel pretty good, I'll admit. But then things got awkward. He started trying to pawn off his whole inheritance. I told him I wanted none of it. Eventually, he settled for foisting this thing on me. Do you know what it is?
One heck of an axe. He gave it to you?
Yes, it's a magic axe called Freikugel. It's the hero's relic of House Goneril. He said that I should have it, since the crest I bear will allow me to wield it. He was so insistent, I eventually relented. But I don't think I can be responsible for something so precious. Hey, Professor, why don't you take it instead?
Warum ich?
Heroes' relics contain terrifying power. They're beyond the capabilities of a novice like me. You're the only person I trust to take care of it. Please, help me out here.
Na gut, wenn du unbedingt willst.
Thank you so much. I honestly didn't know what I was going to do with this thing. A big scary axe is not my style. Plus, look closely. Parts of the axe are pulsating, like it's alive. How gross is that? But I'll use it if you tell me to, Professor. Or you could get somebody else to wield it if you like. It's all up to you now.
Na, klasse.
That Hilda, she really is something.
True, true. Naja, sie kriegt die Axt eh gleich wieder. Naja, das war es auch schon. Das war die einzige Nebenmission, die wir für diesen Monat hatten.
I am grateful.
Von daher.
I have gratitude. Thanks so much.
I thank you.
Wir können automatisch bestimmen.
Oh, I see.
I can do better now.
Professor.
Nein. Oh, wer hat denn da Geburtstag? Happy. Na gut, Happy kriegt Fliegen.
Apparently miracles do come true. We somehow worked well together.
Is that good? Is it over? Can I go?
Guess I'm still growing.
Gotta grab.
How long will this?
I'm getting the hang of.
Sehr gut. Und weiter geht's im Text. Ah, wir haben Unterstützung. Aber erstmal will ich Hilda ihre Axt geben, bevor ich es vergesse. Die kann sie auch mal ablegen. Oh, Wappenträger kann apokalyptisches Feuer verwenden. Gefällt mir. War da noch irgendwas? Verdammt, irgendwas wollte ich noch nachgucken. Aber irgendwie habe ich es vergessen. Naja, kümmern wir uns um die Unterstützungsgespräche.
Hey, Claude. Care to pick up where we left off? I got some time to kill.
You'll have to kill time on your own, I'm afraid. My calendar's full at the moment.
Ah, don't be like that. You're not afraid I'm gonna expose your true identity, are you? I would never. Besides, my own bloodline isn't so lofty that I can get away with something like that.
I bet your father would just love to hear you say that. And the Albrecht family is from a distinguished noble house, so I'm not sure what you mean.
Not as distinguished as you would think. And my mom wasn't born a noble.
Ah, the plot thickens. So, your mother was a commoner then?
In a sense, but it's complicated. Listen up, and I'll tell you a little story. You know Kupala, yeah? Those folks have been living in the mountains of Fodlan's throat for ages.
I know it well. Tales of that place were carried on the wind to where I grew up. Here's my favorite. In a land surrounded by tall mountains, untouched by civilization, lies a hidden village. The people who live there, the mystical Kupala tribe. They say that an ancient and powerful bloodline runs through their veins to this very day. Don't try to find them, people say, or you're liable to get hexed. Or so the tale goes. That part was probably added to spice up the story a bit, but even so, there's certainly a mysterious lot.
They don't leave their homeland too often, so it's only natural that strange rumors would arise.
And your mother, is she really some kind of Kupala princess or something?
Not a princess, but she was born and raised there. She left, got lost, and was rescued. By my dad. Ah, he fell head over heels for her. Made her his wife. That's when her troubles really started.
Did your father tell anyone where she was from?
Of course not. But it didn't matter. She was still a stranger of questionable lineage. The family treated her horribly. That eventually led to them splitting up and my dad remarrying.
That's not an uncommon circumstance for a noble house. Where is she now?
With nowhere else to turn, she went back to Kupala, even though my pops tried to convince her to stay.
I'm guessing you two left for much the same reason. Too hard to put up with the foul treatment, right?
That's part of it. If my mom had been Fodlan nobility, my life would have been very different. So, what do you think? Did I drum up some empathy? After all, half of your blood comes from...
I hear you, Balthus. Can't say I don't empathize, though our circumstances are pretty different.
So you admit it then! I knew I was right about you. My instincts are second to none.
Your instincts, right. Look, if it makes you happy, you just go on believing whatever you want.
I'll do just that. Say, Claude, it'd be a shame if your true identity was exposed, yeah? A real shame. I'm thinking you better... set up a meeting between me and your mom? She was my first crush, after all. I had it bad for her back in the day. I'm still haunted by the fact that I never had the chance to tell her.
That's... bothersome. And that aside, you do know that time didn't exactly stop for her, right?
Not a problem, pal. Age is beauty.
Oh Mann, der wird sich echt wundern. Was haben wir noch? Hilfe!
Doesn't feel good at all. Ugh, why did he have to punch me so hard?
Hey, Caspar, something the matter?
Oh, hi Hilda. Yeah, I just got in a little fight. No big deal. Definitely won.
Your face is all swollen. That looks painful. Come on, let's get you to the infirmary.
No, that's really too much. Like I said, I'm fine.
Don't argue, just come along. You look ghoulish.
Huh? Maybe it's worse than I thought. Oh, whatever. It can't hurt to have it looked at.
There! That should do it. You'll be all right now.
Great. Thanks, Hilda. I had no idea you were so good at this.
I always tended to my big brother's wounds, so I have lots of experience. I'm curious, though. Why are you always getting into fights? You really got hurt. Surely it would have been better not to bother.
It's not like I go looking for fights, and I'm not always the one who starts them. There are just a lot of guys in this world who won't listen to reason. Somebody's gotta beat some sense into them.
So that's why you're always picking fights. Why not ignore them, or ask someone else for help?
Maybe that's how you'd handle it, but I can't just look the other way.
How very gallant. But maybe you should try showing a little restraint.
You really think that?
Yes, I do. I don't think you can solve all your problems by throwing a few punches. The world's a big place. At this moment, all over Fodlan, countless people are in some kind of trouble. But they'll figure things out one way or another, even without you there. Try to hold back and see what happens. Maybe you'll be surprised. Besides, if you're always picking fights, you might get so badly injured that you can't protect me.
Now that's a good point right there. I guess I could give this whole restraint thing a shot.
Und wir wissen, er wird sich nie ändern. Aber ich glaube, das hatten wir schon in anderen Routen.
Oh, this is pointless. My head's about to split in two.
Wow, Balthus, what's with you, friend? Never seen you so deep in thought. Next thing I know, snow will be dumping out of the sky here in Abyss.
Shut your trap. I'm driving myself crazy over here. Got a lot on my mind, okay?
Like?
Fine. You know how I never got any stories out of you the other day?
How could I forget? I won every last round. It was clear that both Lady Luck and the goddess herself had given up on you. Your powers of deliberation weren't any help either.
You caught me off my stride, got it? But it was clear I'd never win a story from you, so I went digging.
Uh-huh.
I was especially curious about that crest of yours, so I went rifling around for a lead. I got to thinking.
You must have time on your hands if you're spending it thinking. Well, let's hear it.
There's a story they tell where my mom grew up. Long ago, the village got in a squabble with some folks looking to conquer the place. A village elder gave some holy red stuff to their wounded soldiers. Some kind of liquid, who knows? After she did that, some of them made a complete recovery, against all odds. The rest of them were changed, but not for the better. They up and vanished before long.
And then?
Crests suddenly manifested for the ones who survived. They weren't inherited or gifted by the goddess. It's a real thinker, yeah? A real thinker.
Near death but survived, despite all odds. Wait, the elder whom my mom saved. Could he have used something similar? No, it can't be. Yet, something here is unsettling in its familiarity.
Hit the mark, did I?
I don't know whether you hit the mark or missed it entirely, but your story was a cute one, regardless. The truth is, I've been trying to sort out who I am, and well, I haven't been successful in it. I don't even know whether my mother is truly my birth mother, or why it is I have this crest. At this point, I have nothing but speculations. Maybe I'll sink into my grave without ever knowing the truth.
Lots of things in life don't have an answer. Just pick the story you like best and run with it. That's better than finding out a truth you can't live with. You can really mess your head up like that.
Damn it, you're right. To think that something so trivial could bother someone like me.
Look who's a quick learner. Thinking too much will sap your energy, pal. I avoid it whenever possible. In fact, it's been ages since I last thought so deeply. My head is really hurting now. But if that legend is true, what was that holy red stuff? What happened to the vanished soldiers? Once I start thinking about all that, I keep going round and round in my head. And then it's dawn. And then it's nightfall. And then it's dawn again. And...
Hey, Balthus?
Let me at him! Oh. Not a fight then. That's what I get for overusing the old noggin.
You damn fool.
Oh Mann. Aber es ist ein ziemlich guter Support. Haben wir irgendwelche Examen? Ich glaube wohl nicht. Ja, Ultima ist Stufe 30. Ich dachte irgendwie ist da 25, aber nein. Machen wir ein Seminar. Komm, ein bisschen schwertrig. Oh, weil das ist doof, da ist keiner von unseren Leuten. Nehmen wir das.
The glory of progress. Aha! Guess I learned a thing or two.
So. Ein Wochenende müssen wir noch rumkriegen. Machen wir. Können wir gleich automatisch machen.
I will master this.
I'm getting the hang of.
Alle, die Unterricht brauchen, haben keine Motivation mehr. Nein. Aber am Rest ist es egal.
Apparently miracles do come.
Is that good? I think it's coming
Oh,
along.
Windschnitt.
I think I'm getting. Am I making
This isn't so hard.
I've still got room.
I learn with my heart.
Und dann machen wir eben noch ein Seminar. Weil es zu toll war. Weil es zu toll war, machen wir das gleiche Seminar nochmal. Oh, das können wir gleich nochmal machen. Schade, dann nehmen wir das. Nehmen wir das. Das können wir wohl nochmal machen.
Aha! I work to. It is still fun.
So. Ein weiterer Monat wäre geschafft.
Teach. Solon and his lackeys. Their whereabouts have been discovered. Apparently they're lurking in the sealed forest, not too far from the monastery. Rhea has called back all of the knights who were out searching to round them up. Seems like it could take some time for them to make it back here, but she didn't ask for our help.
Die Heimlichschwörerei.
Perhaps to prevent you running headfirst toward revenge? It's only natural that you would leap at the chance for it. Anyone would.
No, I will not allow it.
This discovery comes just when the knights are at their busiest. It is all too likely that our foes revealed themselves to lure you out there. They are the ones who took Geralt from you. I know how you must despise them, but I must ask you to rein in your personal feelings for now.
Mich kann niemand aufhalten.
Please, Professor, do not act carelessly. I ask that you leave this to us. Losing you so soon after losing Geralt would be unbearable.
Listen, Rhea, and Lady Rhea, this move is the most strategic. The military strategy I'm devising will soon echo across Fodlan's history. I'm sure of it. Just think about it. Most of the knights are still far away, and we can't afford to have Sedith and friends abandon the monastery. So the only person who can take action now also happens to be our best commander. It's Teach, and wherever Teach leads, we'll follow. And since you've taught us that this sort of thing is always a possibility, we're already prepared for battle. We can buy the knights more time, not for revenge, but for a defensive attack on behalf of the monastery.
Professor, do you agree with this strategy? Understood. I will give you the order. Destroy the enemy that is hiding in the sealed forest. You have the protection of the goddess on your side. Whatever happens, you shall overcome.
We have our orders, Teach. Now all that's left is to pull out a miracle.
Ich glaube, wir sind so bereit. Ach, Schmied müssen wir gar nicht. Müssen wir wieder was herstellen? Ja. Jetzt sind wir bereit. In den versiegelten Wald. Der versiegelte Wald, Kapitel 10, wo die Göttin wohnt.
The sealed forest is up ahead. Visibility is awful there, so everyone needs to be extra cautious.
You seem to know a lot about it. It is just a forest, isn't it?
Have you been there too? Oh, never mind. Listen, just like I told the Archbishop, this is not a war of vengeance. It's a riddle, so to speak. Those guys are undoubtedly planning something terrible. We need some kind of clue as to what. The attack on the Holy Mausoleum, Flane's kidnapping, that foul business in Remire, the demonic beasts at the chapel. It can't go on. We need to figure out their objective and stop them from achieving it. That's our mission.
So we have our mission now. We had better not fail.
It is a difficult task, but we will succeed.
It is time to repay the kindness of the professor who saved my life.
An enemy whose objective you don't understand is a frightening prospect.
We're gonna destroy him. It's our mission!
I will have my revenge, whatever it takes. On that, I will never budge.
Leonie, you will have what you seek.
I'll admit, vengeance sounds pretty nice, but don't forget that we're here for information. Luckily, we can easily find what we're looking for while getting revenge for Gerald. Right, Teach?
Ganz genau. So, wen nehmen wir denn mit? Die üblichen Verdächtigen. Du bleibst zu Hause. Dann können wir Lorenz stattdessen noch mitnehmen. Du kannst dann nur wieder Balthus als Dingsens mitnehmen. Das geht ganz gut. So. Hier gab es, glaube ich, auch eine Truhe, ne? Ja, hier an der Seite ist die Truhe. So. Na, dann nehme ich lieber einen Flieger für. So kann Hilda da gleich hin. So, Truhenschüssel haben wir noch. Sehr gut.
How kind of them to welcome us with some demonic beasts. They're not playing around.
Hello, you're here! Welcome to the Forest of Death! My name is Kranya. This weakling girl was just a borrowed look for me. This is what I really look like.
Now, you vermin, I'll take down every last one of you.
Wir sollten
Leave it
uns
to me.
um die Bestie hier kümmern. Wow, mein Gegner, den du nicht sofort besiegen kannst. Unglaublich.
I stand ready.
Du kannst natürlich auch gleich direkt eingreifen.
An offensive sight.
Na, mach mal Platz.
Who, me?
Ah, da kommst du gar nicht ran. Das ist doof. So. Ich muss sagen, jetzt wo Maria ihre Vernunftmagie hat, ist sie gar nicht mal so schlecht. Der bereut richtig, dass ich sie vorher nicht trainiert habe. So, wie weit kommst du? Bis hinter die Bäume. Gut.
The sun.
Kannst du den One-Shotten? Ja, mit deinem Relikt. Ansonsten nein. Dann One-Shotte. Und dann trifft sie nicht mal.
Sorry, did I hurt you?
Das resetten wir mal eben ganz schnell.
Sure thing. Better accept it.
Das ist nie passiert.
Let's dance.
So. Okay, gehen wir einen Schritt zurück. Okay, Hilda. Noch einmal. Jetzt triffst du aber. Geht doch.
You lost to me?
Das ist doch ein viel besseres Ergebnis.
Stay focused.
Na, da brauchen wir schon Wunder, dass wir die nicht besiegen können. Ach, wir können eigentlich mal so Schutz einsetzen. Sind ziemlich viele Magier.
Stay focused.
Well done.
So, das hilft uns ja allen.
Let's get to it.
Gut, dann würde ich sagen, machen wir an der Stelle eine klitzekleine Pause und sehen uns dann beim nächsten Mal wieder, wenn Ignaz dann seinen hervorragenden Zug machen wird. Er wird sich wahrscheinlich einfach nur hier hinstellen oder da hinstellen, dann wird er den Zug beenden und damit den gegnerischen Zug einläuten. Und ja, wir sehen uns dann beim nächsten Mal wieder, hoffe ich doch. Das wäre ganz klasse. Ich verabschiede mich an dieser Stelle, wünsche euch noch einen schönen Tag, bleibt gesund und bis zum nächsten Mal. Verabschiede ich mich wie immer mit einem Ciao.